Dear friends, take a moment and reflect. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and listen to the whispers of your heart. You've been walking a path, one filled with uncertainties, moments of doubt, pain, and hardships that feel insurmountable at times. And yet, through it all, you have felt something calling you from deep within. A quiet but persistent voice that says, you are not walking this road by accident. You've been called, chosen. What does it mean to be chosen? It's a weighty responsibility, but one filled with divine purpose. You've been handpicked by God, not because of anything you've done or achieved, but because He has seen you for who you are. Someone with a role in His grand design. You, my friend, have been entrusted with a sacred mission. And to fulfill this mission, God has placed within you extraordinary gifts. Gifts that are not of this world, but are born from the heavens themselves. Today, we will explore 9 of these divine gifts. These are not just talents or abilities. These are spiritual tools, each one designed to equip you for the unique journey you are on. They will give you the strength, the wisdom, and the courage to carry out your calling. As you listen, allow your heart to open and recognize that these gifts are already inside of you, waiting to be fully realized. Let us walk together on this path of discovery. Gift 1. The unshakable power of faith. Let us begin with the foundation of all spiritual gifts, faith. Faith. It is the bedrock of everything that you are, chosen one. But I am not speaking of a shallow faith, the kind that wavers with every gust of wind. No, the faith that God has placed within you is unshakable. It's the kind of faith that stands firm even when the ground beneath you trembles, even when the storms rage, and even when the world tells you to give up. Faith is not simply believing that God exists, it's the deep, unyielding trust that He is in control of your life no matter what. It's knowing that His promises are true even when you can't see them coming to pass. Imagine, if you will, Abraham. God called him to leave his homeland, to abandon everything familiar, and venture into the unknown. He had no roadmap, no clear destination, only a promise from God. And yet, Abraham obeyed because he had faith, not in what he could see, but in the one who called him. That's the kind of faith you are called to. It's the faith that allows you to take bold steps forward, even when fear whispers in your ear. This faith empowers you to walk paths that others wouldn't dare to tread because they rely on their own sight. But you, dear one, are different. You walk by faith, not by sight. You trust that even when the way is unclear, God's hand is guiding you. And faith doesn't just apply in grand, life-changing moments. It's a daily walk. It's what sustains you through the little trials, the difficult conversations, the financial struggles, the moments when your heart feels heavy. In those times, faith rises within you, reminding you that God is still faithful, still good, and still working for your benefit. This faith is what will carry you through life's darkest valleys and bring you to the mountaintops of victory. Faith also gives you the power to inspire others. When people see you living out your faith, when they witness your calm assurance in the midst of chaos, they will be drawn to that light. Your faith will be a beacon for those who are lost, showing them that they too can trust in God's promises. This is your first gift, chosen one, and it is the foundation upon which all others rest. Gift 2, the fire of resilience. Oh, resilience. What a gift this is. Resilience is the strength to endure when the weight of the world presses down on you, when the odds are stacked against you, and when it seems easier to quit than to keep going. But you, dear chosen one, have been given the gift of resilience, a fire that burns within you, pushing you to rise again and again, no matter how many times life knocks you down. This is not ordinary human perseverance. No, the resilience that God gives His chosen ones is supernatural. It's the ability to stand strong in the face of adversity and not just survive, but thrive. Think about Job, the man who lost everything, his wealth, his children, his health. And yet, even in the depths of his suffering, he refused to curse God. He held on to his faith, and in the end, God restored him, blessing him more than before. That is the power of resilience. It doesn't mean you won't face difficulties. Oh, you will. But it means that every time you fall, you will get back up. And each time you rise, you will be stronger, wiser, and more equipped for the road ahead. God uses every trial to shape you, to refine you like gold in the fire. You are not broken by your hardships. You are made whole through them. Resilience also means that you don't give up on your purpose. There will be moments when you feel tired, when the journey seems too long, and you wonder if you're really making a difference. But resilience whispers to your soul, keep going. It reminds you that the race is not given to the swift, but to those who endure to the end. You have a purpose, chosen one, and resilience is what will help you fulfill it. And let me tell you something more. Your resilience is not just for you. It is for those who are watching you, for those who are struggling to hold on to hope. When they see you rise after every fall, they will be inspired. You become a living testimony of God's faithfulness. Your resilience will plant seeds of hope in the hearts of those around you, showing them that no matter how hard life gets, they too can rise again. This, my dear friend, is the gift of resilience. It is the unquenchable fire within you, a divine strength that cannot be extinguished. Embrace it and let it carry you through every trial, every storm, and every challenge, for with resilience, you will overcome. Gift 3, the vision to see beyond. And now, dear one, let us speak of vision, not the kind that comes from your eyes, but the kind that comes from your spirit. You see, many people go through life only seeing what is right in front of them. They are limited by their physical senses, unable to perceive the deeper truths that lie just beyond the veil. But you, chosen one, have been given the gift of spiritual vision. Spiritual vision is the ability to see beyond the physical world and into the realm of the divine. It is the gift that allows you to discern God's hand in every situation, to see His purpose unfolding even when others only see chaos. This vision enables you to recognize the spiritual battles taking place around you, to understand the deeper meaning behind your circumstances, and to trust that God is always at work, even when you cannot see it with your natural eyes. Remember Elisha, the prophet? When his servant was terrified because their city was surrounded by enemy forces, Elisha remained calm. He prayed, "Lord, open his eyes." And suddenly the servant saw the hills full of horses and chariots of fire, God's army ready to protect them. That is what spiritual vision does, dear one. It allows you to see the protection, the provision, and the power of God, even when others see only danger and defeat. This gift is not just about seeing the future. It's about understanding the present with divine clarity. It's about seeing people not as they are, but as God sees them. When you encounter someone who is difficult, someone who seems lost, your spiritual vision allows you to see the pain behind their anger, the insecurity behind their arrogance, You see their potential, their worth, their God-given value, even when they cannot see it themselves. This vision also guides your steps. It helps you make decisions that align with God's will, even when the path is not clear. You are able to discern the right way forward, to avoid traps and pitfalls, and to walk in the direction God has set for you. And as you follow this vision, others will follow you. They will be drawn to your wisdom, your insight, and your ability to see what they cannot. This, dear one, is the gift of vision. It is a precious gift, one that sets you apart from the world. Use it wisely and let it guide you through life's challenges with confidence and grace. For with this vision, you will not stumble, you will soar. Gift 4, the courage to keep going. Ah, courage! How desperately the world needs it, and how generously God gives it to His chosen ones. Courage is not the absence of fear, my dear one, but the ability to move forward in spite of it. It is the strength to stand firm when everything in you wants to run. It's what enables you to face challenges head-on, knowing that the battle is already won because God is with you. Moses felt fear. Oh yes, even the great Moses doubted himself. When God called him to lead the Israelites out of Egypt, Moses hesitated. He worried about his lack of eloquence, his inability to lead. But God gave him courage. Not courage rooted in his own abilities, but in the knowledge that God's power was greater than any of his weaknesses. That's the kind of courage you have, chosen one. You may feel afraid, you may doubt your abilities, but God's courage will rise within you. This courage is what enables you to stand up for truth when the world would rather you stay silent. It's what gives you the strength to pursue your calling even when others try to dissuade you. Courage is what moves you forward, even when fear is whispering in your ear. And here's the beautiful thing about courage. It grows the more you use it. Each time you step out in faith, each time you face a challenge with boldness, your courage strengthens. You begin to realize that fear has no real power over you because God's presence is with you every step of the way. Courage, dear one, will take you places you never thought possible. It will lead you into situations that seem impossible. But with God by your side, you will not only survive, you will thrive. And as you walk in courage, you will inspire others to do the same. They will see your bravery, and they will find the strength to face their own fears. This is the gift of courage. It is a mighty force within you, one that propels you forward into the fullness of God's plan for your life. Embrace it and let it carry you through every trial, every fear, and every obstacle. For with courage, nothing is impossible. Gift 5, the power to heal. Ah, healing. One of the most beautiful and tender gifts God gives to His chosen ones. But when I speak of healing, I'm not just talking about curing physical ailments, though that is part of it. No, the healing you are called to bring goes much deeper. You, dear one, are called to heal hearts, minds, and souls. You are called to be a vessel of God's love and mercy in a broken world. Think about the people around you. So many are hurting, carrying wounds that no one else can see. Their pain may not always be visible, but it weighs heavily on their spirits, holding them captive in ways they themselves may not even understand. But you've been given the gift to perceive that pain, to sense the unspoken struggles of those around you. And with God's grace, you have the power to bring healing into those broken places. You may be wondering, how? How can I, an ordinary person, bring healing to such deep wounds? But remember, dear one, it's not your power alone. You are a conduit, a vessel through which God's healing flows. Just as Jesus healed with a word, with a touch, with his presence, so too can you bring healing into the lives of those around you. It may be through a kind word, a listening ear, or simply being there for someone in their time of need. Healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's found in the quiet moments, in the gentle acts of compassion that remind someone they are not alone. Let me remind you of the prophet Elisha. Do you remember how he healed Naaman, the commander of the Syrian army, who suffered from leprosy? Elisha didn't use any grand display of power. Instead, he simply instructed Naaman to wash in the Jordan River. It was an act of faith and obedience, and through it, God brought about a miraculous healing. The power to heal is often found in simple acts of faith. When you pray for others, when you extend a hand of friendship, when you speak words of encouragement, God moves through you to bring healing. And this healing isn't just for others. As you pour out your heart to help others heal, God also brings healing into your own life. There is a divine reciprocity in this gift. As you minister to others, God ministers to you. He mends your own wounds, renews your spirit, and fills you with his peace. In healing others, you too are healed. This gift requires humility, for it is not about you. It is about being an instrument of God's love and mercy. It requires compassion, the ability to enter into someone else's pain and stand with them in their darkest moments. And it requires trust that God is the true healer and that he will work through you as you make yourself available to his Spirit. So, dear one, embrace this gift with an open heart. You may not always see the results of the healing you bring, but know that every prayer, every kind word, every gesture of love has the potential to change a life. You are a channel of divine healing, and through you, God's love will restore and renew those who are broken. Gift 6, the power of creation. Now let us move to another precious gift, one that reflects the very essence of God's character, the power of creation. You see, God, in his infinite wisdom and boundless love, made you in his own image. And as the creator of all that exists, he has placed within you the same creative spirit. This means that you are not just a passive observer in this world. No, dear one, you are an active participant in the act of creation itself. When I speak of creation, I do not only mean artistic talents, although those are certainly beautiful expressions of this gift. The power of creation goes far beyond painting or music. It is the ability to bring forth new ideas, solutions, and innovations that transform the world around you. It's the divine spark within you that allows you to take something ordinary and make it extraordinary, to see possibilities where others see only limitations. Look at the world around you, the beauty of a sunrise, the majesty of the mountains, the complexity of a single flower. All of these are creations of God, reflections of his divine imagination. And just as he crafted the universe, he has given you the power to create, to shape, to bring new life into existence. You may be called to create in different ways, through your work, your relationships, your influence. You are a co-creator with God, and through your creativity, you can reflect his glory to the world. Think of Bezalel, the artisan whom God called to build the tabernacle. He was filled with the Spirit of God, with wisdom, understanding, and knowledge in all kinds of craftsmanship. His work was not just about constructing a building, it was about creating a space where God's presence could dwell. Likewise, your creations are not merely displays of talent, they are vessels through which God's Spirit moves. Whether you are designing a project, writing a book, developing a business, or even nurturing a family, you are participating in God's ongoing work of creation. But remember, with the power of creation comes responsibility. You are not called to create for selfish gain or to build monuments to your own glory. No, your creations must serve a higher purpose. They must reflect God's love, wisdom, and beauty. Every idea, every innovation, every relationship you nurture is an opportunity to bring God's kingdom closer to earth. This gift also carries with it great potential for impact. The things you create have the power to touch lives in ways you may never fully realize. A single piece of art, a kind gesture, a word of encouragement can ripple through time, affecting people far beyond your reach. Creation is not limited by time or space, it transcends both, leaving a lasting legacy that points back to God, the ultimate creator. So, embrace this gift, dear one. Use it wisely and use it often. Create with purpose, with love, and with an open heart. For in every act of creation, you reflect the very heart of God. Through your hands, through your ideas, through your love, you will bring new life into the world. And in doing so, you will fulfill your divine calling as one of God's chosen co-creators. Gift 7. The courage to keep going. Now, let us speak of courage, one of the most essential and empowering gifts God grants to His chosen ones. You see, courage is not the absence of fear. No, courage is the ability to move forward despite the fear, to keep going even when every fiber of your being wants to turn back. It's what enables you to face life's challenges head-on, knowing that you do not walk this path alone. The world can be a frightening place, full of uncertainty and danger. There will be moments in your journey when you feel overwhelmed, when the weight of your calling seems too heavy to bear. But it is in these moments that courage rises. It is in these moments that you are reminded of a simple yet profound truth. God is with you, always. Think of Joshua standing on the edge of the promised land, tasked with leading the Israelites into a place filled with enemies and fortified cities. It would have been easy for him to feel afraid, to doubt his ability to complete the task. But God spoke to him saying, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." That same promise, dear one, applies to you. Courage is not something you muster up from within yourself. It is a gift from God. It is the quiet strength that allows you to stand firm when the winds of life are blowing against you. It is the conviction that no matter how difficult the path may seem, God has already gone ahead of you, clearing the way. Courage will be required of you, chosen one. It will be required when you are called to speak truth in a world that often prefers lies. It will be required when you are asked to take risks for the sake of your mission, to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. But know this, every step of faith you take, every courageous act you commit, is met with God's provision. He does not call you to act alone. His strength is made perfect in your weakness, and His courage will fill you when yours runs dry. And courage, dear one, is contagious. When others see you stand firm in the face of adversity, when they witness your unwavering trust in God, they too will find the strength to rise. Your courage will inspire others to face their own fears, to walk boldly in their own callings. You will become a beacon of hope and strength, a reminder that with God, all things are possible. So, walk in courage, face the giants, cross the rivers, and climb the mountains. For with God by your side, there is nothing you cannot overcome. You are called, and with this calling comes the courage to fulfill it. Gift 8. The power of influence. Now we come to the power of influence, a gift that often works in ways unseen but is profoundly transformative. Influence is not about control or manipulation. It is about the quiet but powerful impact your life has on those around you. As one of God's chosen, you have been given the ability to shape the world around you through your actions, your words, and your very presence. Many people think influence is reserved for those in positions of power or fame, but true influence is much deeper. It is not about titles or recognition. It's about the way you live your life. It's about the choices you make when no one is watching, the kindness you show when it is undeserved, the love you give without expecting anything in return. These things, these simple, everyday acts of faithfulness, have the power to change lives. Think of Esther, a young woman who had no formal position of authority. Yet through her courage, wisdom, and obedience to God, she influenced the course of history, saving her people from destruction. She didn't seek influence for her own gain. She used it for the greater good, for God's purposes. And that, dear one, is the key to the gift of influence. It is not about you. It is about God working through you. Your influence, dear chosen one, is far greater than you may realize. People are watching you. They are watching how you handle challenges, how you treat others, how you live out your faith. Your life is a testimony, and through it, God is shaping the hearts and minds of those around you. You may never know the full extent of your influence, but trust that every act of kindness, every word of encouragement, every moment of integrity is planting seeds that will bear fruit in due time. But with great influence comes great responsibility. You must always be mindful of how you are using this gift. Are you leading people toward God, or are you leading them astray? Are you using your influence to build others up, or to tear them down? You have the power to inspire, to encourage, to heal, and to bring hope. Use that power wisely. This, dear one, is the gift of influence. It is a gift that multiplies, extending far beyond what you can see. As you live out your calling with faithfulness and love, your influence will touch lives in ways you never imagined, creating ripples of change that will echo into eternity. Gift 9. The power of love. And now, my dear one, we come to the greatest of all gifts, the power of love. This is the most profound, most transformative gift that God has placed within you. Love is the essence of who God is, and as His chosen one, it is the essence of who you are called to be. But this love is not the fleeting, conditional love that the world knows. No, this love is divine, unbreakable, and all-encompassing. It is the love that Jesus demonstrated when He laid down His life for humanity, a love that gives without expecting anything in return, a love that sees the worth and dignity in every person, no matter their flaws or failures. As a chosen one, you are called to live out this love in every aspect of your life. This is not an easy task, for the world can be cruel and people can be difficult. But you, dear one, are called to love as Christ loves, to forgive when you've been wronged, to show kindness to those who don't deserve it, to extend grace to the broken, the lost, the hurting. Love is not just a feeling, it is an action, a choice. It is the decision to put others before yourself, to serve without seeking recognition, to give even when it costs you something. And in doing so, you reflect the heart of God to the world. You become a living embodiment of His love, a beacon of hope and light in a world that desperately needs both. This love has the power to heal wounds, to break down walls, to unite what has been divided. It is stronger than hate, stronger than fear, stronger than anything the world can throw at you. When you walk in love, you walk in the very power of God, and through you, His love will touch the lives of countless others. Dear one, this is the most important gift of all, for without love, all the other gifts lose their meaning. Love is what binds them together, what gives them purpose, what makes them truly powerful. Embrace this gift with all your heart and let it guide everything you do. Embrace your gifts and join the community. My dear chosen ones, these are the 9 gifts that God has placed within you: faith, resilience, vision, courage, healing, creation, influence, and above all, love. These gifts are not just for your benefit. They are meant to be shared, to be used for the glory of God and the good of others. You've been set apart, called for a divine purpose, and with these gifts, you have everything you need to fulfill that calling. Now, I urge you, don't walk this journey alone. You're part of a community, a family of chosen ones who are here to support each other, to encourage each other, and to grow together. If this message has stirred something within you, if you feel the call of these gifts resonating in your soul, I invite you to join us. Become part of a community of like-minded people who are on the same path, walking in their gifts and embracing their divine calling. If you haven't already, hit that like button to show your support, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future messages meant to guide you on this journey. Share this video with others who you believe are also chosen ones, and let's spread this message far and wide, because someone out there needs to hear this today. I also encourage you to leave a comment below. Tell us which of these gifts resonated most with you. Your story could inspire someone else, and we're all here to learn from each other. This is more than a video. This is a community of souls walking together. And lastly, don't hesitate to join our community. There's strength in unity, and together we can help each other grow, walk in our purpose, and shine our light even brighter. The journey of the chosen ones is not meant to be walked alone. You belong here with us. Now go forth, chosen one, and let your gifts shine. The world is waiting for you.